Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Jaya Jaya Guru Dev. Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Stotatar Shar Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Stotatar Shata Shri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan Ki. Shri Mayapur Dham Ki. Shri Mathura Dham Ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki. Ganga Mai Ki. Yamuna Mai ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Tulasi Devi ki, Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda ki, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayat. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nastapraya Sabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavadutam Ashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we'll be continuing in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 76, Text 13. Prajumno Bhagavan Viksha. Bhajamana Nija Praja. Mabhashecha Vyadad Viro. Ratarudo Mahavasha. Prajumno Bhagavan Viksha. Bhajamana Nija Praja. Mabhaschetya Bhajadat Viro. Ratarudo Mahavasha. Prajumno Bhagavan Viksha. Bhajamana Nija Praja. Mabhaschetya Bhajadat Viro. Ratarudo Mahavasya. Devotees. Bhagavan Viksha. Nija Praja. Mabhaschetya Bhajadat Viro. word for word meanings. Pradyumna, Pradyumna. Bhagavan, the Lord. Viksha, seeing. Bhajamana, being harassed. Nija, his own. Raja, subjects. Mabashta, do not fear. Iti, thus. Abhyadat, addressed. Vira, the great hero. Rata, on his chariot. Aruda, mounted. Maha, immense. Yashaha, whose glory. Translation. Seeing his subjects so harassed, the glorious and heroic Lord Pradyumna told them, "Do not fear," and mounted his chariot. Please repeat. Seeing his subjects so harassed, the glorious and heroic Lord Pradyumna told them, "Do not fear," and mounted his chariot. There's no purports by the servants of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, but there are a couple short tikas from the Acharyas. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, though Balaram wanted to go out and fight, Pradyumna said, "We will kill Shalva. You should remain inside comfortably." Saying this, he went out with Shamba and others. And Jiva Goswami writes, beginning to realize that his citizens were afflicted, Pradyumna said, "Do not fear," since he was the third expansion in the Chatur Vyuha, Bhagavan. In the past times in this world, he was a warrior, and the best warrior, Maharata. This was most astonishing. He would have an amusing pastime with insignificant demons. Om Jnana Timrandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Umilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Tadati Swapadanti Kam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapati Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sargajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Pitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijina Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakampitam Cha. Hey Krishna Korana Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopikanta Radhakanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshri Vishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatrubhischa Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nita Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharne Nirvishesha Shunivadi Pashata Desha Tarne Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I'm just going to read the verse one more time. Seeing his subjects so harassed, the glorious and heroic Lord Pradyumna told them, "Do not fear," and mounted his chariot. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Bhagavatam class. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday morning. Please say a prayer that I can illuminate something on this verse in Bhagavatam. I'm a very fallen soul and have no qualification to be up here. So any prayer that you can say is greatly appreciated. So right To get us up to speed on this verse, I thought I would read from Krishna book. So in Krishna book, it's called The Battle Between Shalva and Members of the Yadu Dynasty. So I'll just read up to where we are. While Shukadeva Goswami was narrating various activities of Lord Krishna in playing the role of an ordinary human being, he also narrated the history of the battle between the dynasty of Yadu and a demon of the name Shalva, who had managed to possess a wonderful airship named Sauba. King Shalva was a great friend of Shishupal's. When Shishupal went to marry Rukmini, Shalva was one of the members of the bridegroom's party. In the fight between the soldiers of the Yadu dynasty and the kings of the opposite side, Shalva was defeated by the soldiers of the Yadu dynasty. But despite his defeat, he made a promise before all the kings that he would in the future rid the whole world of all the members of the Yadu dynasty. Since his defeat in the fight during the marriage of Rukmini, he had maintained within himself an unforgettable envy of Lord Krishna, and he was, in fact, a fool because he had promised to kill Krishna. Usually, such foolish demons take shelter of a demigod like Lord Shiva to execute their ulterior plans. And so, in order to get strength, Shalva took refuge at the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. He underwent a severe type of austerity during which he would eat no more than a handful of ashes daily. Lord Shiva, the husband of Parvati, is generally very merciful, and he is very quickly satisfied if someone undertakes severe austerities to please him. So after continued austerities by Shalva, for 1 year, Lord Shiva became pleased with him and asked him to beg for the fulfillment of his desire. Shalva begged from Lord Shiva the gift of an airplane which would be so strong that it could not be destroyed by any demigod, demon, human being, Gandharva, or Naga, or even any Rakshasa. Moreover, he desired that the airplane be able to fly anywhere and everywhere he would like to pilot it, and be specifically very dangerous and fearful to the dynasty of the Yadus. Lord Shiva immediately agreed to give him the benediction, and Shalva took the help of the demon Maya to manufacture this iron airplane, which was so strong and formidable that no one could crash it. It was a very big machine, almost like a big city, and it could fly so high and at such a great speed that it was almost impossible to see. So there was no question of attacking it. It appeared to be almost covered with darkness, yet the pilot could fly it anywhere and everywhere. Having acquired such a wonderful airplane, Shalva flew to the city of Dwarka because his main purpose in obtaining the airplane was to attack the city of the Yadus, towards whom he maintained a constant feeling of animosity. Shalva thus attacked the city of Dwarka from the sky, and he also surrounded the city with a large number of infantry. The soldiers on the surface attacked the beautiful spots of the city. They began to destroy the nice parks, the city gates, the palaces, and skyscraper houses, the high walls around the city, and the beautiful spots where people would gather for recreation. While the soldiers attacked on the surface, the airplane began to drop big slabs of stone, tree trunks, thunderbolts, poisonous snakes, and many other dangerous things. Shalva also managed to create such a strong whirlwind within the city that all of Dwarka became dark because of the dust that covered the sky. The airplane occupied by Shalva put the entire city of Dwarka into distress equal to that caused on the earth long, long ago by the disturbing activities of Triparasura. The inhabitants of Dwarkapuri became so harassed that they were not peaceful for even a moment. The great heroes of Dwarka city, headed by commanders such as Pradyumna, counterattacked the soldiers and airplane of Shalva. When he saw the extreme distress of the citizens, Pradyumna immediately arranged his soldiers and personally got up on a chariot, encouraging the citizens by assuring safety. So I'm just, when reading about this pastime, I'm just imagining being a citizen, as I am in this present incarnation, in this world, in this society, just like an ant, like a little peon. I'm nobody. I'm just like a little piece of dust floating around. And I'm imagining being in this city, right? And all of a sudden you see like this, it's like some movie like Independence Day or something, like some giant spaceship above you, just like blocking out the sun and throwing all these things, and the city gets dark and it's so much danger. I mean, I can't imagine the fear that, you know, these citizens are feeling. And just walking around in this world, there's so much fear and anxiety. Like, I'm one to admit that I have so much fear and anxiety in this world. Just being a part of it, it's, in some ways it's natural, but, you know, in other ways it can be exacerbated. So these citizens, I mean, are just in distress and fear by this demon who, that's all he wants to do practically, is cause distress because he doesn't like the Yadu dynasty, because back when Krishna stole his potential bride-to-be, right? But that time is long past, and she's moved on, she's been married. Pradyumna is the son of Krishna and Rukmini, and he's going out to protect the city. So this demon is so attached to this idea of what should have been, you know, and he can't let it go. So he's trying to cause distress to Krishna, to the citizens of his city, to everybody, just trying to, you know, just trying to control everything. And Pradyumna, being the son of Krishna, he's almost just like Krishna, and he wants, seeing the distress, he wants to alleviate the distress of his citizens, right? And we'll see later on that, you know, by arrangement, there's a lot of good fighting, but Krishna needs to come in at the end to finish it. But what really stood out for me in this verse is Pradyumna is saying, do not fear, right? And how, it's scary to think of like spaceships in the air and all these weapons and things and natural disasters coming towards you. But that's kind of like the situation we are in the material world. There could be any sort of disaster at any moment. There's disease, there's bugs, there's weather disasters. There's just so much going on, and distress and anxiety are there at any moment. And how do we get free from distress and anxiety? By surrendering to Krishna, by remembering Krishna, by remembering his pastimes. I wanted to read a couple quick excerpts. This one from the 7th canto. I was reading about Prahlad Maharaj. And, you know, in the story, Prahlad Maharaj, his father tries to kill him because he won't take up the demonic way of life, basically, you know. He will only surrender to Krishna. And Lord Nrsimhadev lays waste to Hiranyakashipu, his army, and he's so angry, and nobody can pacify him. Anyways, I just wanted to read this one verse. When Lord Nrsimhadev saw the small boy Prahlad Maharaj prostrated at the soles of his lotus feet, he became most ecstatic in affection toward his devotee. Raising Prahlad, the Lord placed his lotus hand upon the boy's head, because his hand is always ready to create fearlessness in all of his devotees. Purport: the necessities of the material world are four: ahara, nidra, bhaya, and maituna: eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. In this material world, everyone is in fearful consciousness, sada samud vigna diyam. And the only means to make everyone fearless is Krishna consciousness. When Lord Nrsingadev appeared, all the devotees became fearless. The devotee's hope of becoming fearless is to chant the holy name of Lord Nrsingadev. Yato yato yami tato Nrsimhaho. Wherever we go, we must always think of Lord Nrsingadev. Thus there will be no fear for the devotee of the Lord. And of course, Lord Nrsingadev can be replaced by Lord Krishna, Lord Jagannath, any of his expansions. But the point is that we always have to somehow think of Lord Krishna. And the easiest way that has been prescribed by Lord Chaitanya, of course, is the chanting of his holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then gradually, by chanting the Lord's holy names, by taking instructions from the spiritual master, by listening to Srila Prabhupada, by reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita, and on the literatures that he has brought to us, it can also, in conjunction with chanting the holy name, help to decrease our fear, increase our fearlessness. When we read in the Bhagavatam and Srila Prabhupada's purports, he kind of puts everything in perspective. So when we experience distress in this world, we can read these purports, and it'll illuminate what's going on in the world and kind of put our head back in order. It's very easy to get carried away by the maya of the mind. I'm a victim of it as well as probably everybody else. The maya of the mind, where it just goes off into like an emotions, and there's no end to it. It just keeps going and going, emotions and trying to figure out things. But if we go back to Prabhupada and the acharyas and their spiritual master and try to understand through their eyes what's going on, then we'll be able to get some relief from this fear and distress in this world. Because it's a scary place. It really is a scary place. And really, another thing to decrease this fear is to take association of the Lord's devotees, taking association of the Lord. One thing I was realizing while preparing for this class, and also realizing before, is one thing that really, there's a lot of things that create fear in this world, but especially in this day and age, for devotees, one thing that can create a lot of fear in this world is this thing, phone, media, tech, any of this stuff. It's so engaging, you need it, it's here, but this thing creates so much fear because as soon as you get onto any sort of social media, any sort of news website, it's created so it's just like bam, bam, bam. It's just feeding you information and all these images and stuff. And that, for me, it creates a lot of fear. And I imagine for everybody else, just constantly being bombarded by this, you're going to die, here's disease, here's war, here's famine, here's all this stuff you can't do anything about. It creates fear, distress, depression. On the other hand, if you use it in Krishna's service, it can be great. Like I used it for studying for class. But there's such a fine line that, in 1 second, you can be gone for hours in this never-ending cycle of fear, depression, and that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to push you into fear so you buy more things, so you engage more in the social media and all the garbage, so you engage more in Maya. And that's what we don't want. We want to be Krishna conscious, right? So that's just one thing I wanted to share. Another thing I wanted to share was This is also from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Sorry about that. This is from Canto 2. And the verse is, O descendant of King Bharata, one who desires to be free from all miseries must hear about, glorify, and also remember the personality of Godhead, who is the supersoul, the controller, and the savior from all miseries. And the purport it says, in the previous verse, Sri Shukadev Goswami has described how the foolish, materially attached men are wasting their valuable time in the improvement of the material conditions of life by sleeping, indulging in sex life, developing economic conditions, and maintaining a band of relatives who are to be vanquished in the air of oblivion. Being engaged in all these materialistic activities, the living soul entangles himself in the cycle of the law of fruitive actions. This entails the chain of birth and death in the 8,400,000 species of life, the aquatics, the vegetables, the reptiles, the birds, the beasts, the uncivilized man, and then again the human form, which is the chance for getting out of the cycle of fruitive action. Therefore, if one desires freedom from this vicious circle, then one must cease to act as a karmi or enjoyer of the results of one's own work, good or bad. One should not do anything, either good or bad, on his own account, but must execute everything on behalf of the Supreme Lord, the ultimate proprietor of everything that be. The process of doing work is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita, also, where instruction is given for working on the Lord's account. Therefore, one should first of all hear about the Lord. When one has perfectly and scrutinizingly heard, one must glorify his acts and deeds, and thus it will become possible to remember constantly the transcendental nature of the Lord. Hearing about and glorifying the Lord are identical with the transcendental nature of the Lord, and by so doing, one will be always in the association of the Lord. This brings freedom from all sorts of fear. So that's a pretty important point. Hearing about and glorifying the Lord are identical with the transcendental nature of the Lord, and by so doing, one will be always in the association of the Lord. This brings freedom from all sorts of fear. The Lord is the supersoul, Paramatma, present in the hearts of all living beings. And thus, by the above hearing and glorifying process, the Lord invites the association of all in his creation. This process of hearing about and glorifying the Lord is applicable for everyone, whoever he may be, and it will lead one to the ultimate success in everything in which one may be engaged by providence. There are many classes of human beings, the fruitive workers, the empiric philosophers, the mystic yogis, and ultimately the unalloyed devotees. For all of them, one and the same process is applicable for achieving the desired success. Everyone wants to be free from all kinds of fear, and everyone wants the fullest extent of happiness in life. The perfect process for achieving this, here and now, is recommended in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is uttered by such a great authority as Srila Shukadev Goswami. By hearing about and glorifying the Lord, all a person's activities become molded into spiritual activities, and thus all conceptions of material miseries become completely vanquished. So in that purport, it's basically assuring us that the more we try to associate with Krishna, the more we try to hear about and glorify Krishna and his devotees, the less fear we'll have, the stronger we will be in this world to become Krishna conscious. The less likely we will succumb to the fear that's that's brought on by the Maya of this world. And just, even preparing for class, I have so much fear in giving class and speaking in public because I don't speak at all. But just reading the Bhagavatam is like a soothing medicine. It gives you, I don't know, it soothes the heart. It's like, okay, maybe I can say something even though I'm not qualified. But even in this purport, it's, this process is for everyone, all forms of life, to hear about the glories of the Lord and to glorify the Lord. And it's kind of a simple process, but the sphere can be paralyzing. All these distractions, all this Maya can be very paralyzing and make you immobile in Krishna consciousness. But that's when you really got to try to dig down deep and pray to Krishna to break free of this Maya, of this entanglement, to be like, okay, please help me get the strength to get out of this mindset and to remember you, to glorify you. And the simplest way is to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And nowadays, even with the advent of this tech, we can listen to, the recitations of scriptures. There are so many classes by Prabhupada and other ISKCON leaders that, we can listen to for relief in this crazy world. I'm always looking for relief, and, we can easily succumb, but we just have to remember Prabhupada, remember Krishna, and everything becomes a little bit easier. That fear will subside at least a little bit. A little fear is okay and natural, but we want to become fearless in Krishna consciousness. We want to really be absorbed in Krishna consciousness, really dig deep. And then when we're completely absorbed, then there's no room for fear. There's only room for Krishna and serving Krishna, worrying about his desires, and how to glorify Krishna. There's maybe a minute or two. Did anybody have any questions or comments? Thank you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you.
Purusham Tamaham Bhajami samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Agong Vikamaniya Vishesha Shobha
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Asa Sakale Priya Priti Manti Vasyanti Panti Kayanti Jiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Samaniti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gurvani Bachar Nirvisesha Shunyavare Masya Jati Zatane Jai Shri Krishna Jai Dana Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadada Siva Sati Gaurmata Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Brahma Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadada Siva Sati Gaurmata Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadada Siva Sati Nola Turinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Goloka Nana Goloka Nana Radhe. Kanada Radhe. Dayat hey, Radhe, Radhe, Nayarate. Dayat hey, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Shri Radhe. Jai Om Vishnu Pad.
Chaitadarpanamarjanam Bhavamahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipanam Punamrita Swaranam. I love the peacock. Peacocks. Yeah. Nam namakari bahuda nija sarva shaktis tatrapitani amita smaranena kala etadrishi taku mamapi durdaiva midrishame hajjani nahanuraga trinadapi sunichena tarorapi suhishuna Amani namana dena kirtaniya sadahari nadanam najanam nasundarim kavitam vajagadisha kamaye mama janmani ishvare bhavatad bhakti rohitaki twai Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitamam vishame bhavam buddha Kripayata vabada pankaja stita duli sajashim vachintaya Nayanam gadashu daraya varanam gadgadarudaya gira Pulakarnishitam vapukada Tavanama grahaneba vishyati Yugayatam namishena Chakshusha pravashayatam Shunayatam jagat sarvam govindam virahename Ashlishyava padamritam anastumam adarshanam marmahata karotuva yatatatava vidadatulam pato mat prananatastu sa eva napara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you've invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Oh, my Lord, when will my eyes decorate with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? Oh, Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is